Devil.
Welcome back to Daily Dose. My name is the Devil, apparently. Robert, and this is my partner, Angel Gabriella, Susan. So the Devil and the Angel are here together, and maybe we'll go down north. I don't know.
Watch out, world.
So we're talking about influence from the body outside in, right? Instead of thinking, which the traditional process, most people think, I think and then I do. I think, therefore I am. And
Yeah.
what we're talking about is I do, therefore I feel. And I really like that because when we think, sometimes we cut off the emotion, right? The logic overplays that side of the brain. The emotions are there too. The emotions actually are everywhere, right? We can feel emotions based on sense. So we're really, you know, experientially based in terms of our play with Jam for Joy. We get informed by doing. And you said that Mind Putty allows you to get to the next thing. I like the way you said that because, you hear me cue you guys all the time. And by the way, I cue you because I make the same, I'm not going to call it a mistake, but short-sightedness when I play too, of thinking, oh, I need to keep talking. No. What you need to do is grab this beautiful little kitten right here,
Yeah.
named Jennifer, and oh, there she goes, and Jennifer the kitten's all around me, and let that take you where it will. Okay, that's what this is about, and you can play with Jennifer now. Go ahead.
It's yes, I'm just gonna let her sit quietly in my lap because I want to tell you a story. When I was in a breakout room with Russ yesterday, one of us was meant to be a shoplifter, and one of us was meant to be another consumer or the owner of the store or something.
Such a great suggestion, by the way. Keep going.
It was mine. The shoplifter was mine. I was so tickled with myself. Well, he was busy, taking things, and I had that responsibility too of, just grabbing something. And we were both so interested in what we were finding that was, talking to each other seemed kind of irrelevant, and that was really not where we thought we were going to go. It's the first time it's ever happened. It was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Kind of sabotaged ourselves by enjoying playing
Well,
with space.
you say that word sabotage. Now it depends. For people who look at this performatively, my standpoint would be if you two were truly invested in what you were grabbing, I would tell you to keep playing that scene exactly that way. Don't say a word. And really, I think the deepest improv would say, let that go on for as long as you are truly interested and involved in what it is you're doing. And you could never say a word and have a completely successful connection based on the fact that you're sharing this. You've agreed you're in the general store together, and you're both, just for whatever reason, infatuated with what you're finding.
Enchanted with what was, yeah, all this cool stuff we
You've
were finding.
forgotten the other person is there.
Yeah, basically, it's like I look up and there's Russell and he's finding something cool too.
So, I mean, that could really become a game if you both recognize you've lost each other, that now you're doing almost a dance like you're not even there. And I mean, maybe three,
You're doing the
five,
mind putty dance.
yeah. And you're right next to each other. You're grabbing things right now, but you're just not acknowledging each other because you're so in, and maybe like after 3 to 5 minutes, suddenly you stop. You're like nose to nose, and you go, oh, honey, I left the kids in the car. I mean, it's just something, boom, blackout. That's
That's great. That's great. Yeah.
that I love that you did that you invested that deeply into, because yes, and was we're in the general store. And
Yeah,
now
that was all we needed.
that's it. And now you've gotten so invested in the physicality and your truthful experience with those things. As long as it's truthful, it's brilliant.
It
And I
was.
love that.
Yeah, it was. That uh allowing it to happen that you're talking about here is exactly what you were talking about with your son and the doctors saying, let's let this boy heal. Let's not work so hard to create medical terms.
Yeah.
Let's give it a little chance here. And that's what a doctor told me earlier today too, is just you need time. That's
Yeah. Well, you just gave me something really neat there. You gave us, all of us viewers, everyone say, yay, Susan. By comparing, and this is what we try to do, right? We draw lines, a medical intervention to an improvisational intervention. That a scene too needs time. Now, the trap can be thinking in the moment, thinking right away. That's trap number one. Trap number two would be, again, trying to do anything. You've heard me say this before that I borrowed from another lovely improviser. I can't think of his name right now, but when you have a good idea, don't do it.
Right.
Right? Because you're thinking, you thought of something. The idea is to be just like you and Russ were. Be invested, be present, and then let the thing become the thing. Stay open to each other, and you're running something inside as you're doing your outside, and eventually the thing will come that you do together that will be so much better than anything you thought of previously. And that is your daily dose.